things act a little bit kind of like a liquid, okay? They move through your hands. You can't really grab them.
Those aren't liquid.
But they kind of act a little bit like liquid, right? They don't really have much of a shape. They kind of just flow, right? Okay? If you were playing with a bottle of glue, you might say that it looks kind of like that, right? It kind of runs through your fingers if you were to pour it in your hands.
Why would you do that?
Okay? But what would you think would happen if I added something special to it?
What are you adding to it?
It's a secret. But it's a magical substance.
Is it like magic beans, like from Jack and the Beanstalk?
Kind of. Okay. So we're going to mix that all together. Okay. And look, it doesn't flow anymore. It's kind of a solid mass now. You guys see that? See how that all stays together? Okay, so we're going to do an experiment today.
Can I touch it? Can I touch it?
Not right now.
Can you pass it around?
We're going to do an experiment today where we do something very similar. We're going to take some glue. Okay?
Are we going to have to put it in our hands like you did with the chain?
We're going to do something a little bit different with this. We're going to take a little bit of glue. Okay?
Ew.
I know. All right. And then we're going to add a special solution to it. Okay? Actually, first we're going to dye this with a color. What color do you?
Pink.
Pink? I don't have pink. I have
Blue.
Blue. Okay, let's do blue. All right. We're going to add a little bit of color here. And we're going to stir that all in. Okay? So we get a nice blue color. Everybody see that? Okay.
It's still white on the bottom.
It is a little bit, isn't it? It makes it a little better. Okay. There we go. Now we got kind of a nice blue color. Then we're going to add our special solution.
What's that solution?
Water. I bet I have to go up there and drink it.
And what happened? The liquid that I had starts to come together, right? The glue starts to, we have a special word for this. It's called congeal. Anybody say that? Congeal. Okay. Does anybody know what that means?
Stick together.
Stick together. Very good, Lori. Okay. So now we've got kind of this. Has anybody ever played with silly putty?
Yeah, I love silly putty.
It's fun, right? Okay. And we have kind of this silly putty, all right? Now, I'm going to let you guys do this experiment yourselves, but you're not going to touch this, okay? You're going to mix this up, and what you're going to do is it's going to stick, okay, to your popsicle stick, to your stir rod, okay? And you're going to take your baggie that we're going to give you, and you're going to put it all in your bag, okay?
Do we get to keep it?
You are going to get to take this home, yes, okay?
My mom's going to love this.
Okay? And then you can play with your silly putty. And what we want you to do is look at your silly putty and think about some of the characteristics that Miss Tabitha talked to you about. And we're going to give you a sheet of paper, and we'd like you guys to describe some of the properties that you see with your silly putty. Okay?
What's a property?
Do you remember can anybody review for me the properties that Miss Tabitha talked about?
Solids.
Okay, we talked about solids, which do
Like ice.
do they change shape or do they maintain their shape? They maintain their shape.
Sometimes they change their
Okay.
shape, like that chain that you had.
Okay. And what was some of the other properties we talked about? Okay, we talked about liquids. What were some of the properties of liquids?
They would change shape.
Wet.
Okay, it's typically wet. What were some of the specific properties that Ms. Tabitha talked about?
Blue.
What's that?
Blue.
Blue.